Hey, hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you today. It is Saturday and it's nice weather in most areas, I think. It's 81 where I am. It's a bit toasty today. Um, so people are probably out and about middle of the day, weekend. So this probably be a quick one. It'll just be me talking to myself. But so something you may notice new on the lives, if you haven't been in my gaming streams, is up top on your chat window, you'll see a little community thing with a crown. And when people start chatting in the chat, you'll see little crowns with a number next to their name appearing. And these are just little, I don't know, community leaderboards. And it's just used, you get points for chatting in the chat, you get points for super chatting and sending super stickers. So that's all this is. It's just a little game to get points and it'll be reset each live stream. But that's what the little crown and number next to a name is. It's just a little leaderboard thing. I could turn it off. I don't care enough to. It's not hurting anything. It's kind of fun. Um, but yeah, that's what that is. So, hello, it's Chris. How are you? Good morning. Well, it's afternoon for me, but good morning for you. I hope you're having a good one. Hey, Lizzie. I hope you're having a good day, having a good weekend. Be safe out there. It's going to be warm in your area too. So um, we're gonna pop over to here. Just a couple of things real quick. So Amberlynn did have her live stream on Tuesday, and she was going to try to go an extra hour because of not doing the live stream the week before, which is absolute hell for me because I have a 7:15 a.m. meeting on Wednesday mornings. So her trying to go until 11:30 p.m. is just awful for me because I do have that early morning Wednesday meeting. Um, but not too much in her live stream. She did a little Zachary Michael-esque funeral for Zachary Michael's view count and channel, I guess. What did she talk about? I can't even remember. It wasn't anything too thrilling. Um, she said that she's not going to be speaking about Beck's diagnosis, which is good. Um, I can't really think of too much else. I think she talked about some reaction channels, maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, if I think of anything interesting from her live stream, I'll let you know. I didn't take notes. Um, we did talk about carrots in her live stream, so that was fun. But something else I want to talk about. So I'm sure everybody's heard about this by now, but Rachel Reacts uploaded a video that has since been privated, and I just watched a re-uploaded, edited version of that this morning, finally. And what this video was, I am not going to be sharing this video. I will not be showing it, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. So somebody named A reached out to Rachel in the middle of May. I believe May 25th was the day they reached out to Rachel. This person A had allegedly been messaging Emily on Instagram. Sorry, I have my notes over here. I guess I can put them over here where I can see them. Um, Messaging Emily between February and March of this year, 2025. And Rachel said that she's seen some things that prove this, but she can't share it because then you will be able to figure out who A is pretty easily, they said. Um, but then she also put a whole bunch of caveats in of this is all alleged. These screenshots could have been doctored, whatever. So there's that at least. But this person in their message to Rachel said that they wanted to get Emily to open up and spill the dirt on Amber. and they weren't going to share this information unless Emily got back with Amber, and then they wanted this information to be out there. But yet here they are contacting Rachel with these private messages. But this A person was messaging Emily very sympathetically, very like, oh, things like, I mean, we don't see A's messages. Rachel does not show any of the messages from A that they're talking about their own story, but they're being very sympathetic. Like, I've been through this before too. I know how you feel. All of these kinds of things, trying to commiserate with Emily to get Emily to open up to them, which is very, very shitty to do, to try to get somebody to open up to you just so you can have tea on somebody else and then use this other person's story and what they've told you in confidence against them and against somebody else. But A pretended to be caring and compassionate. And then Emily shared why she was staying with Amber. And some of these messages in mid March, I think, were around the time that um, Emily had posted that picture talking about Colleen and all these things. And I think that was around the time that Emily and Amber had actually broken up, because they allegedly broken up in January. We know that isn't true. They broke up in March. Um, uh, so Emily was sharing why she stayed with Amber, but I believe she was still with Amber at this time. Um, but it's like Rachel didn't want to share A's personal stories, but has no issue sharing Emily's personal stories, because A didn't want to be identified or have any of their personal information shared, but it was okay to share Emily's personal info and things. Um, so then, if this is all the message said, it's all very alleged and very reading into it. But A had asked Emily if Amberlynn had ever tried to do anything physical. And at this point, Emily turned on vanish mode on Instagram, which, if you don't know what that is, when you're messaging on Instagram, you can like swipe up or something and you'll get a little pop up that says so and so has turned on vanish mode. And then you can swipe up again to turn it off. And what this A person did is, you can see that Emily turned on vanish mode and then sent a message. Well, this A person got a different camera and took a picture of the message on Instagram on their phone, instead of like doing a screenshot or something, but they used a separate camera or a separate phone to take a picture of their phone with the message from Emily. And we can see at this time that Emily had not deleted her Instagram yet, because we can still see the name Oak and her profile picture. Um, and Emily doesn't say anything outright, but alludes, and that's all it was. And that was where basically it ended. That was basically all Rachel had. And Rachel got a lot of backlash for this, and she took down the video. There's a lot of speculation in the comments on this re-upload and on Rachel's community tab post, which I will share here, where people are speculating that A is actually Rachel. So this post from Rachel a couple of days after the upload says, "Hi everyone, I've just privated my recent video. I realize this is very much too little too late. I got blinded by how badly I wanted everyone to know what Amber had allegedly done, which was stupid and misguided with hindsight. Thanks everyone for your constructive comments. The toothpaste is out of the tube now, and hiding the video is not an effective method of stopping the information getting shared. But you guys are right that I should not, or that I should never have posted it." Edited to add, "For anyone who is worried about me profiting from this, I understand. I'll post receipts of me donating the AdSense to a DV charity. My YouTube analytics will update tonight, and I'll share this soon." Yeah, I don't think Rachel should have shared the video, uploaded it, and this A person. What Another thing that's stood out to me was A had told Emily like how much they couldn't stand Lex, right? They could not stand Alexis, and that she was trying to protect Amber by being shitty to Emily and all these things, and that she was just a shitty person. But what's really rich is this A person was doing the exact same thing that Alexis did. You get close to somebody, get their private information, and then try to spill tea on it. Try to spill tea on it. Try to spill the tea. You know, spill the tea on it. Fuck's sake. Trying to just use it as tea, and that's a very shitty thing to do to somebody. I mean, and this A person should know this because they didn't want their personal story shared, their personal information shared, but it's okay for them to do it to Emily. Come on now. It's a very shitty thing to do. Just because people are in Amberlynn's orbit does not give you the right to try to bait them, try to get information out of them, and then share it. It's not okay. But people in the community seem to think it is. And it's not. It's just not. But Rachel did get a lot of backlash on her video for this exact reason of like, hey, why are you sharing this? If Emily wanted this shared, Emily would have shared it herself and would not have put the chat into vanish mode. So, hey DV, how you doing? Hope you're having a good morning. So that was the Rachel reacts situation. And then yesterday, before we get into the videos really quick, Amberlynn posted this yesterday on her community tab post saying, taking a break, I'll be back soon. I don't know why she's taking a break. I don't know if I've missed something because I've been busy this week. But so I don't think we'll have a what I ate today video today, which is fine. I am a-okay with that. Let me see if I have audio. So all that being said, we do have Amberlynn's video from Wednesday, her weigh-in video. If I can find the right button to click, there we go. And it is titled, There's Something I Have to Tell You, with 5 dots. So you know it's going to be important. And it's weigh in episode 10. So who the fuck knows? What the hell this is. But if you do happen to be new here, I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So all that being said, let's do an audio check really quick. I think I have.
What kind of coping?
There we go. I forgot to turn the audio on. It looks like one of her videos has been taken down, Chris. One of Amber's videos? Which video? I don't know.
Hello. Welcome to another weekly weigh-in. So let's get into the 5 questions. What kind of coping skills are you using during times where you want to overeat? So there's a few that I use, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's all about practice. So sometimes I set an alarm for about 10 minutes and I kind of just like sit with the feeling, and sometimes it passes. I journal.
Ooh, are we back to sitting in discomfort? Are we back to discomfort? We can
About how I'm feeling.
check. Well, we can see it on our own channels, but we can also go to Social Blade here, and so there's nothing for May yet. Oh, look, in February she didn't gain any subscribers, but she's gained 1,000. Um, so we do see in October whenever she deleted some videos, and then we see this here in January. We see some negative views. One of these times was when um, she removed the videos during the Libby era, whenever she was with Destiny. Uh, we won't be able to see. So the views, April, May, views are down for May. So it could just, but they were around the same in February. So, I mean, we could, I don't know how many videos she has. I would have to go through and kind of look and compare my own videos to Amberlynn's videos because I've reacted to every single Amberlynn video, um, which is, well, every single one for the past couple of years, which is sad. My life is so sad. Uh, but we would have to check that.
To figure out like why do I want to overeat, because usually there's like an underlying
Why do I want to overeat or why do I just want to eat?
want to overeat. So there's a few that I use, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's all about practice. So sometimes I set an alarm for about 10 minutes and I kind of just like sit with the feeling, and sometimes it passes. I journal about how I'm feeling.
So I guess this could be like she's eating food and then she's like, okay, well, I finished my food, but I want to eat more food. Maybe maybe she ate her food really, really quickly. And then if she just sits and waits, it'll register, oh, I'm full. Because that's one reason why people overeat a lot is they eat super, super quickly and their body doesn't have time to register, oh, you've given me food. And then by the time it does, you have that kind of sick overeating feeling.
To figure out like why do I want to overeat, because
Oh,
usually there's
I almost forgot. Pride Month is upon us. Tomorrow is June 1st. So we need to wear our limited edition Amberlynn Pride necklace. Quote, or not quote, aka paper clips. My brain is not functioning with words today. I have to work today too, which doesn't bode well for my writing. I don't know when Pride is in my area. Who knows if I'll go? I don't do shit, but we'll see.
like an underlining reason. It's not just like, oh, I love to eat. For me, there's definitely something underlining. And sometimes journaling about that
Underlying, not underlining. I know we all say words wrong whenever we're just speaking off the cuff.
distracts me, and it helps me be like, wow, I actually don't think I need food. I distract myself with things that make me happy, like my fur babies. I watch something on YouTube. I watch a TV show. I do my Legos, things like that. Sometimes I will literally remove myself from wherever I'm at. I also do this when I get extremely anxious, and sometimes that also helps then too. So, for an example, say I'm just sitting in my living room, and all of a sudden, I just have this overwhelming urge to order DoorDash. Sometimes I'll literally just like stand up and remove myself. I'll like go in the kitchen, clean a couple dishes, or I'll just be like, hey, Twinkie, do you want to go outside? Or I'll go into my room. Like, I'll literally just remove myself. These things are definitely easier said than done.
I just look at the cost. Sometimes I'm like, hey, do I want to order takeout tonight? And then I'm like, do I really want to spend $30 for, some chicken strips? No, I really don't.
You just have to be kind to yourself and patient. And it's like that muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Why do you watch healthy eating content? So it's not something that I like
Why do you watch healthy eating content? I watch videos about like different recipes and things. Is that what they mean?
search out, but if it pops up and I happen to see it and I don't skip through it, it's usually because it's motivating me to be healthier. Like, I love a good meal idea. I need inspiration in that area. Does Mama Lynn ever
Lord knows she does.
discourage you from making bad food choices? No, because I think she also understands. She does
Wait, does Mama Lynn discourage you from making bad food choices? And Amberlynn says no.
ever discourage you from making bad food choices. No, because I think she also understands. She does sometimes try to encourage me to like cook more instead of ordering takeout as much.
That's good, at least, trying to encourage her to cook more. Um, I would like, again, I've given the idea of Amberlynn and Mama Lynn doing meal prepping together. I know Amberlynn doesn't like leftovers, but she can try to learn to like some things. And she can split the food with Mama Lynn. They can buy some groceries together, they can cook together, and Mama Lynn can have some things to take for lunch at work. Um, and Amberlynn can have some meals prepped. Why didn't you know you had hypothyroidism in the past? Well, it's not really something that you know. You have to get blood work done. And if they didn't test the thyroid hormones before, she wouldn't have known. And maybe she didn't have it then. It didn't come up on me until I was in my early 30s.
Why didn't you know you had hyperthyroidism in the past? So, usually your doctor decides what labs they want done based on the things that you guys talk about. That appointment was very hyper focused on weight loss because I was talking to him about Zepbound and I was telling him about how difficult it was for me to lose weight. Like, he knows about my lipedema, my lymphedema, my menopause, hysterectomy, etc., etc. He knows about all that, but he was like, when's the last time you've had your thyroid checked? And I was like, when I was 15, because that is the last time. And when I had it checked when I was 15, like it was fine. And he was like, oh, we should probably check that. So that's the only reason why we checked it. And turns out, yep, hypothyroidism. Why do you look at yourself when you're eating on camera? So I think it's just a natural habit that us YouTubers have. I don't like watching myself eat. It's nothing weird like that. It's kind of just like, where should our eyes go? So
Yeah, it can be it can be hard. Like I'll be glancing over here because this is where my Streamlabs is over here, and I'm looking at the chat in my Streamlabs, but then my face is right up here, right to the left. And occasionally I can, I'll glance up and I'll see myself and I'll be like, oh, am I making a weird face? Um, so whenever you're like recording, like her camera, I think has a viewfinder on it. Um, so that's a little bit different whenever you have a camera with a viewfinder, whereas I'm doing a live stream and I have my whole screen over here. So it can be hard to get used to talking to a camera because you're not really talking to anybody, right? You're just kind of talking to yourself, looking at this lens. Um, you're talking to people on the other side of a screen. So it can be hard to get used to. But I'm always looking over here because that's where my chat is, so I can see if anybody's talking, and then I'm right up above it. But Amberlynn's on this monitor, so I'm looking this direction. So it's just a habit to like, oh, let me take a bite of food and see if I'm chewing weird or eating weird.
So let's talk about the goals that I had last week. It was to keep a food journal and to take my medication. And I did both
Oh, well, I mean, taking your medication shouldn't be that damn hard. Keeping the food journal, I would think writing things down in the journal would take a lot more effort than using an app like Chronometer. I know she had Fitness Pal before. I don't care for Fitness Pal as much because of the way they have things scanned and whatnot, but Chronometer is a great app. Um, and you can also give it macro goals. So I have my goals for my protein, my fat, and carbs based on my calorie goal for the day. Those are broken up. Um, and then you can also check your fiber, all your vitamin levels, your sodium, and all this stuff. But if she were to just scan the barcode of what she's eating or put in, like, oh, I had, 50 grams of Brussels sprouts, I had 75 grams of broccoli, um, you know, I would think that using an app for that instead of a food journal where she's writing things down, because that takes a lot more effort. You need to go find your pen, find your notebook, write it down. Whereas she always has her phone with her, probably. She can just scan it or like take a picture of it. Hey, Mars. So good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. What was for dinner? I just had lunch a little while ago.
of those things. I noticed that keeping a food journal, I do eat a
Wife. Oh, hello, wifey. About time you came in. Jeez, I thought I was gonna have to file for a divorce. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You've missed a lot. You've missed a lot. We've been live for almost half an hour. I talked about her live stream. I talked about the Rachel Reacts video. I pulled up her little community post saying that she's taking a break. Man,
A little bit more than like my body feels, because I'm telling you, at night I'm like, oh my god, why am I so hungry? Blah, blah,
I
blah.
forgot
Lose
what she
my
was saying.
medication. And I did both. So I don't like watching myself eat. It's nothing weird like that. It's kind of just like, where should our eyes go? So let's talk about the goals that I had last week. It was to keep a food journal and to take my medication, and I did both of those things. I noticed that keeping a food journal, I
Yay.
do eat a little bit more than like my body feels, because I'm telling you, at night I'm like, oh my god, why am I so hungry? Blah, blah, blah. I was able to look at my journal and be like, well, you kind of ate a decent amount, so why are you hungry, Amberlynn? But if it wasn't for me having the journal, I wouldn't have had that answer. And my
Well, like I just said, if she had an app also to do this,
brain, I would have been like, maybe I didn't eat much today. Let's have something else. So it was nice to have that
if you're hungry, yeah, but if not,
awareness throughout the week. And then taking my meds on time and when I'm supposed to, it's been really easy because I got a pill organizer. So my goals for this week is 1, keep up with the medicine, and 2, start using my Owala water bottle. So I finally drank the rest of my actual like plastic water bottles that you buy at the store. And
hi, strawberries. Oh, is Foodie having a rough time?
I bought a reusable water bottle that I can use. And so I've been drinking 2 water bottles a day, sometimes 3, but usually 2. And that's about 30 ounces of water. But my Owala is 40 ounces. So my goal is literally just to drink 1 of those a day and then eventually move on to 2. Now I'm going to talk about how my week went. So some days were better than others because the beginning of this week, I was having a lot of mental health. I have been having a lot of mental health days.
I'll be honest with you, strawberries and cream. I don't like Chantal. I think she's a pretty shitty person, and I do not watch her content.
Have been really low, and I can eventually move on to 2. Now I'm going to talk about how my week went. So some days were better than others because the beginning of this week, I was having a lot of mental health. I have been having
Having a lot of mental health. We all have mental health. Do you mean not very good mental health? Because just saying, I've been having mental health. We need another word to describe how your mental health has been. Because just saying, I've been having mental health doesn't tell us anything.
a lot of mental health days that have been really low, and I have been like catching myself
Okay, they've been low. Oh, she might be deported. How sad.
not really caring about the food that I'm putting in my mouth. Yes, I am trying harder. Yes, I'm also adding healthier foods to my diet, but there are some days where I definitely emotionally ate. So if I am being quite frank with you guys, I'm noticing that I'm not being as transparent or as vulnerable or as open as I would like to be in my weigh-in videos or my what I ate today videos.
I don't think we're, I don't think anybody's surprised by this. Um, we only see what she wants to show us, right? And she's going to be eating probably better, more, making better food choices for her goals on her What I Ate Today video days than she is on other days. So we'll be like, all right, she's having a great day. Like, this is an amazing day. Great job. But then the other days, she's eating a lot of takeout, a lot of food that isn't conducive to her goals.
There are things that I want to say, there are things that I want to talk about, but I'm not. I have the biggest wall up. Like literally, it is made of the toughest brick you've
Build
ever
that
been able
wall.
to like get your hands on. It is made of metal. It is 1,000,000 feet high and 1,000,000 feet wide. Like you can't get past it. And I genuinely think it's because of all the backlash that I receive. My issues with my weight, my struggles with food, my issues with my mental health, and my struggles with how that reflects in my food, whether it be due to trauma or just issues that I have in general, it is not perceived in the way that it should be. People are too harsh, too mean, too cruel, and it's pushing me away without a doubt. So I am thinking about stopping the weigh-in videos, and I'm thinking about stopping the what I ate today videos.
I'm not surprised. But if doing this offline is better for her, then do it offline. and then come back in a couple of months and be like, okay, here's a 2 month update, or here's a 1 month update. If uploading weekly with these things isn't conducive, then don't do it. But if uploading weekly videos is keeping her like accountable for these things, then do it, because without uploading weekly, who's holding her any sort of accountable? Her mom isn't. Maybe her new girlfriend is. We all know she's talking to somebody.
It's something that I truly have to think about and decide because I need to protect the little bit of sanity that I do have. I'm just not met with kindness in an area of my life that is not impacting anyone besides myself. I can't imagine ever being mean to someone or cruel to someone or saying harsh things to someone that is just simply struggling and documenting that online. Regardless, let's get into the actual weigh-in. So last week I was 5'6".
She's been struggling for years, and she always has excuses, but she doesn't take any feedback and doesn't listen to anybody that may know what they're talking about. She will not get professional help, and that's the problem that I have, that she never takes accountability. It's always somebody else's fault or something else's fault for things just happen to her. She's just an innocent bystander in her own life.
16.0 and this week I'm 513.8, so I'm
Good job. Good job. I'm happy to see the scale going down for her.
down 2.2 pounds. I'm not mad about it because I did have a little bit of a fluctuation last week. This might be a fluctuation this week. Who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna go. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right. Oh, excuse me. So she may stop the what I ate today, and so if she does stop uploading, so she is taking a break. I did show that little post here that she uploaded yesterday saying that she's taking a break, but she'll be back soon. Um, is this a break from all videos? And then whenever she comes back, what is that going to look like? Because right now, 2 of her videos out of her 4 during the week, 4? I think she has 4, focus on what she's eating and her weight loss. So if she's no longer going to be uploading what I eat today videos or um, weigh-in videos, is she just going to be vlogging again and just randomly showing us things instead of having like a scheduled upload? But we do have her video from Thursday, so I don't believe there's going to be a video today because she is taking that break. So if you are just now popping in, we do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. Y'all are awful quiet there in the chitty chat. I love talking to myself. So this video from Thursday is Amberlynn's Let's Talk video, and it is titled, I can't believe I am sharing this, comma, the truth, comma, ampersand, traumatizing memory as a child, bar, let's talk episode 10. Why are you sharing a traumatizing memory from your childhood? Amberlynn should know better than to share some of these things because people will not be kind about it. All right.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video. Let's get right into sweet.
It's Chris. We love listening to you talk to yourself. Man, you should be here in my house then. Actually, when it's just me here home, I do not speak. I've gone days. If I weren't recording videos, I would go days without speaking if I didn't have a meeting for work. When I was living in South Korea, I went a week without saying a single word because I didn't leave my apartment for that week. It was middle of winter. We had like it was winter break, like Christmas break at the end of the year from work. I had groceries. I didn't need to leave my apartment. I wasn't working. I didn't talk to anybody. I went an entire week without saying a single fucking word. uh, it's funny. All right, let's see what Amberlynn's got for us.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video. Let's get right into sweet and sour.
I didn't have my cat with me at the time because I would talk to my cat, Bessie, but at this time I hadn't brought Bessie over to South Korea with me yet.
Boris W8B said, "We
Boris W8B, we love you. Let's see, in Russian that would be Lubesh? Lubeshti. Kind of remember my conjugation of the verb love, because I love you is Lublu. Lublu Tabia. Yeah, Lublu Tabia.
love you. And I love you guys too."
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't love me. You don't love any of these people watching right here in my chat. You don't love any of these people. Planet Tivoli, you are the worst person in the world. And then for some reason, the little like party favor down there below that just really tickles me. You're the worst person in the world. Do I think Amberlynn's the worst person in the world? I do not, because hey, Trump exists. Um, but she is not the worst person in the world.
Planet Tivoli said, "You are the worst person in the world." I think that's a bit drastic. Positive.
Yeah, I mean it's a very hyper. I think that's a bit hyperbolic. Positivity always wins, says the Food Journal is so smart. I'm rooting for your health journey, Amberlynn. And hey, if Amberlynn's taking a break, that'll give me time to actually record and edit a couple of videos that I have in the works.
Positivity always wins said, "The Food Journal is so smart. I'm rooting."
Worst human award. Yay! With a little party. Exactly, Mars. We should make an award. Ooh, ooh. I bet I can do that I bet my co-pilot can do that really quick. Uh-oh, I'm going to use AI. I'm going to destroy the planet. Can you make me an award for, let's see, can you create an image of an award for being the worst person in the world? Make it festive. And here's a hot take. That's one of Amber's sock accounts. You know, anytime anybody says anything positive about Amber, people think it's a sock account, which we know isn't true. She has plenty of supporters. Um, oh, like co-pilot's response. Here's your delightfully over-the-top festive award. Hope it captures the right mix of humor and celebration. Thank you, co-pilot. No, I'm not talking to you, my phone. Shh. Hurry up and make. Well, okay. You go ahead and work on that image for me. That account is this one, Positivity Always Wins, is all over the reaction channels, comments, and Amber Reddit page. Really? I've never seen them. Granted, I'm a teensy tiny little reaction channel. I'm just a little baby. My channel's not gonna grow much further, and that's okay. Oh, it's leaving very nasty remarks on some reaction channels. I don't watch other channels, as you guys know. There's only a couple that I have time to watch. Here we go. Here's our worst person in the world award. Let me download that. And let's see. Can you make it a trophy instead? It's leaving nasty remarks on reaction. I don't know. Could be. Could be Amber. Who knows? Or it could just be somebody that's madly in love with Amber. She has a few people in her live streams that are all about Amber, please be my girlfriend, Amber, like the Leah person, and then Chester is all about him some Amberlynn. Chester's fucking creepy. And I could only be saying that because he's an older man. Whenever Amberlynn is a lesbian and in her 30s, and he looks like he's probably in his 60s. All right, co-pilot, speed it up a little bit here, buddy. Here comes your festive Worst Person in the World trophy. Hope it's gloriously over the top. I'm sure it will be.
For your health journey, Amberlynn. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. And yes, positivity always wins. Delani2025.
You need that. I'll put it in Discord for you. But I will say, I was looking for like spelling mistakes.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. And yes, positivity always wins. Delani2025 said, positive thoughts can help you stay on track. Keep the momentum going with the positivity. I thought that was so crazy that these two comments were.
Everybody's just all about the positivity with these random comment selections.
Back to back. It was like the universe was telling me, Amberlynn, you have supporters out there. You have positivity.
You fucking know you have supporters. They're in your live chat every frickin' Tuesday.
Keep up the affirmations. Thank you so much, Delani. Cracked iPod screen.
Oh. Here it is. Here's the trophy. There we go. I like how it took the festive as like putting like little streamers around the edge of it. Love it. Cracked iPod screen. She's stoned.
Green 2007 said, she's stoned. She's not. All right, you guys, now it is time for Sippin' Community.
She's not.
Why did you quit therapy again? I didn't. So why aren't you worried?
I love her really short gist. I didn't. Kiss my ass or don't bother saying anything. You know what that reminds me of? Um the twin sisters where one of the twins has Tourette's and they're sitting beside each other on the couch, and the one that has Tourette's says something like, um oh my god, it's like oh, I can't remember what she says. Let me find it. So fucking funny. Yes, yes. She says, yeah, she's like, so and so has crabs. I don't. So and so has whatever. I don't. So and so has a vagina. I do. It's just like, oh, it's so fucking funny. Let me see. Twin sisters, Tourette's. Found it.
You Sammy has hemorrhoids. I know. Sammy has crabs. I know. Sammy has a vagina. I know.
Oh, I love that. So fucking funny.
How are the two of you the most different? Sammy has hemorrhoids. I know. Sammy has crabs. I know. Sammy has a vagina. I know.
You know, that's what Amberlynn's little short answers here remind me of. The I don't. It's what it reminds me of. Oh, anyway. I don't. I don't. I do. You can tell she's just so used to this by now. It just, oh. Anyway. Uh, oh, Scythe, you're number 2 now, but you'll always be my number 1.
About worms and the ice you love from. Why did you quit therapy again? I didn't. So why aren't you worried about worms and the ice you love from Chick-fil-A? You know it's made with sink water. My anxiety does not pick and choose where
Tap water.
it wants to anxiety. When will we hear the scale speak again? So no matter which way I weigh myself, like people don't believe it. So I figured, why put in the effort to film that if no one believes it? You recognize Bieber's addiction, but not yours. I definitely do. Girl, what about that filter for the 5-gallon of water? You don't do anything right. So I think you're referring to the fact that I bought a Brita filter and I now have a Wallow water bottle. So I have a hernia, and people with hernias should not lift up to 15 pounds, even though I do it. But the
I've got a hernia and I'm still lifting all kinds of shit because I do house projects. Should I be lifting it? Probably not. We'll wait until we have issues, I guess.
I bought a Brita filter and I now have a Wallow water bottle. So I have a hernia, and people with hernias should not lift up to 15 pounds, even though I do it.
Shouldn't lift over 15 pounds. Saying shouldn't lift up to 15 pounds means they should lift over 15 pounds, but not up to 15 pounds. You mean to say they shouldn't lift over 15 pounds. Words matter and have meaning.
But the 5-gallon water is 41 pounds. I do not want to hurt myself. Like, I genuinely would hurt myself trying to lift that. So I figured, why not just use sink water and have a Brita filter? Why didn't you show your Chipotle in your What I Ate Today video? So if you go back and watch my vlog, you hear me say I just ordered Chipotle. I'm actually about to film a What I Ate Today video. And then the next day, I literally said, oh, I did not film the What I Ate Today video. I decided to film it today.
Chris says your hubby had a hernia, continued doing his hard labor work for years till he had issues. Yeah, 'cause you're in Canada, but in the U.S., a lot of times with hernias, it's considered cosmetic unless it's causing other issues, or like if my intestines get twisted or something, then they'll do surgery. But until then, they won't do surgery for hernias unless your doctor's like, no, we need to do surgery on this because it's considered cosmetic and insurance won't cover it. So it's kind of weird. You can see it in my abdomen. You can see where it is because there's a bump. Yes, Chris, same. Every time she says sink water, I think of dirty dishwater too. It's tap water, is what she means to say.
All right, you guys, now it is time for the interview.
For over 25 years, Lovesac has been rewriting
I just think Lovesac is a very unfortunate name. For some reason, it just sounds off to me.
the rules of comfort. It's okay to change your style.
And those couches are super fucking expensive too. How is it cosmetic? Because isn't that fucking stupid? Because there's different types of hernias, and my particular hernia is considered just like cosmetic if they were to do surgery, because you can see a bump in my abdomen where basically your intestines have pushed through the wall of your stomach lining or of your abdominal area, and so yeah, it's considered cosmetic for the most part.
Hi, Amberlynn. I'm wondering if you would ever go to church with Mama Lynn again. It seems like she has really benefited from that community, and do you think you could also benefit from it? I also just want to say that you're my favorite YouTuber, and I really love your videos.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. And if my mom was going to church and she invited me, of course I would go. But no, I don't think I would benefit from it in the way that you'd probably think. I like going to like support my mom. And yeah, it is very empowering to go to the church that actually my mom goes to sometimes. It's actually like the biggest, kind of most fascinating church I've ever seen in my life. But I am agnostic, and I'm more than likely going to stay that way.
Yeah, I mean, most people go to church and they have like community around them because they have this same belief structure. I don't think Amberlynn would benefit from that because she's not a Christian. Same. I'm not a Christian. I would not benefit from a church community. If I have friends that are religious, more power to them. That's their decision. Just, it's not for me. Um, so I don't think Amberlynn would benefit from it in the way they're like kind of thinking she would.
Hi, Amberlynn. I've been a fan of you forever. I've been watching you for years now. And I remember when you had an era where you used to play Fortnite and game a lot. And I was just curious if you would ever start a stream on Twitch or even during your members' lives when you would be Fortnite Lynn or Gamer Lynn.
If Amberlynn would learn how to stream and do things, she could stream video gameplay. It isn't hard to figure it out and set it up and get it going.
Just curious. I would totally watch. Love you. Bye.
Oh, I've actually thought about it. So I would never go to Twitch. Never really been a Twitch.
I only use Twitch for my D&D to watch our streams. I mean, I've even offered to help Amberlynn get these things set up and help her set up these things if she wants to. I mean, I've offered to help her do that.
Really, I think I've been
She can just Google it, but
to twitch.com maybe once in my life. So if I ever was to do something like that, it would definitely be in my members live. And you guys, speaking of video games, I'm so excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. You have no idea.
Hello.
Amberlynn out here doing carjacking in Grand Theft Auto. As you can see from my live streams, if you click on my live button, I've been obsessed with wildflowers. And any little bit of free time that I get when I could possibly play it, I do. My house is getting a little messy because I'm not using that time to do my chores like I should be. But or to work on other videos. I'm like, let's play wildflowers. So any little bit of a break I get like between work, I'm like, let's play a game. Or like before bed, I'm like, let's play wildflowers. I need to stop that, but it's like the only thing I do to relax. So, other than my massages.
Hello, Amber. I'm a long-time viewer, and I'm so happy I got the chance to ask you anything. I'm sorry for any mess-ups. I'm nervous. So my question is, if you or somebody else was about to write a book about your life, what would
Oh God. Could we imagine Amber's autobiography?
be the first and the last line? So that's it. I love you a lot. Bye.
Bye. Wow. I actually don't know the first line, but I'm
It was a dark and stormy night.
telling you, I tried to start a whole like book about my life. This was a long time ago. And I started writing it. I did one chapter and I was just bawling. Like the pain, it was just too much for me. So I actually started it with one of my earliest memories ever, which was super traumatic for me. And this isn't talking bad
The one saving her brother.
about my mom. It's my story too. I just know a lot of people think that like I'm talking badly about my mom when I'm just like sharing my story like from when I was a child, and that's definitely not the case at all. But it was about a time when I was literally like 4 years old, and I remember this like crisp as ever. I went to like this random back alley in some random car, and I was in the back seat in the middle. My mom came
Oh my God.
in on this side, and some random guy, never heard of him before, never seen him before. He came in through the other side on this side, and my mom was like, close your eyes. And then like she covered my eyes, but like I did not close my eyes, and I could still see like down here. And it was my first ever like drug deal. I was like 4 years old. I saw it right in front
Oh my God. Close your eyes. What the fuck? Oh my God. I adore Mama Lynn these days, but she was a very bad parent when Amberlynn was little. What kind of a parent takes their 4-year-old to a fucking drug deal? What kind of shitty parent? And I'm sure Mama Lynn knows that she wasn't a good parent during this time. I believe she said as much during videos. Oh my God.
of me. It was
Especially having a strange man get into the back seat with you and your 4-year-old daughter to make this deal.
weird, it was sketch, it was scary, but that was like my first ever introduction to like the drug world.
Hey girl, so my friend Garden.
What's so fabulous about these is that they're clear on the top, and then they
I'm gonna have to get transition lenses because I'm getting old and my eyes are getting worse.
And I and my sister Ilsa. So my friend Garden and I and my sister Ilsa have been watching you for years, like actual years. So hopefully I get picked.
You did.
I know in this last video that you posted, you said that you were thinking of not posting what I ate today and weigh-in videos anymore. On, I believe it was episode.
So this is a new message. This isn't one that's been picked from like weeks ago. This is a new one.
10. But is there like a specific video that you love to record? I don't know. I just feel like you really enjoyed making those videos. And I honestly think you shouldn't really care about what the haters say, you know?
Right.
If Amberlynn wouldn't pay attention to reaction channels and Reddit and Facebook or any of the Shitter Kiwi Farms or anything, she wouldn't know what people are saying and she could just live her life and do her thing.
Just post them, girl. Bye, love you.
Oh, love.
Because if she didn't, if people didn't get reactions out of her, they'd stop.
You. I actually do love filming any sort of video, a weigh-in, a what I ate today, a vlog, let's talk, Q&A, like it doesn't matter what type of video it is, I genuinely love it. And it's easier said than done, like trying to ignore the haters. It's just like certain topics are just like, they shouldn't be touched, they shouldn't be messed with. I feel like people are just way too judgmental. And it's like, I get it, everyone has an opinion, but it's like, it doesn't make your opinion right. It doesn't make your opinion okay, especially when they're like harsh and downright degrading.
Well, being harsh doesn't mean it's a wrong opinion. Sometimes you need to be harsh. Now, I think she's getting ready to say degrading.
And it's just hard for me. Like,
yeah, there's no reason to be degrading or like mean and nasty, but being blunt, what she could see as being harsh, sometimes that might be needed.
I'm taking medicine for my mental health. Like, my mental health has been so bad, genuinely. And I can't just take medicine and expect that to be like the only thing that I have to change. I have to continue the therapy. I have to block out the war. I use war as like a metaphor for just like the chaos, the toxicity, the bad things in my life. And I need to just like keep things that serve my mental health to be better. Is that even the right grammar? Do you understand what I'm saying? Out with the bad, in with the good is what I'm trying to say.
Hey Amber, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
So do you think that your mom's addiction may be a genetic disposition to your eating? Like possibly addiction runs in the family, and that could be why you have a food addiction as well, like your mom had a drug addiction?
I think it does, doesn't it? I believe there's been studies that show, like especially with like alcoholism, if one of your parents is an alcoholic, you are more likely to be an alcoholic.
And I know, some of it is trauma-based, so it might be separate. And my second question is,
before we get to the second question, just to answer the first one, yes, I have an addictive personality, and I know that 2 out of my 3 brothers do as well. We all have an addiction, and mine happens to be food.
Do you feel that the financial reasons for not going inpatient isn't worth saving your life, or possibly saving your life, when you've utilized all your resources, basically?
So I definitely think it's worth it. I just genuinely don't have the money. It's like almost $250,000, and I don't have that.
Hey, queen.
Oh, God. Yeah, the volume of some of those voice notes, because she's playing them on her phone, but like not close enough to her microphone that they can be a little hard to hear. I have an earbud, so it's not as hard for me to hear it. But so that question was basically, why would the cost of going inpatient not be worth saving her life? And Amberlynn just said basically, they cost $250,000 and she just doesn't have that kind of money.
How's Twinkie doing?
She's really good. Thank you for asking. All right, you guys, now it is time for tea or tail.
Oh God, what's this going to be?
Amberlynn never checked up on her lungs years ago. That is not true. October 30th, 2022. CT scan results. Here we go. Okay, you guys, so
She's not wearing a choker in that video. Oh, because they were doing a CT scan, she couldn't wear it.
good news. I was thanking my doctor for just listening to me through everything. Good news.
I don't know why. So I don't know why she's doing the laptop holding thing whenever previously she has actually inserted the clips and shown it on the screen instead of let me heft up my laptop in front of my fucking camera like I don't know what I'm doing and haven't been doing YouTube for 10 goddamn years.
The nodule isn't there. They think that I really did just have like pneumonia because I did take 2 different types of antibiotics at the exact same time. And so there it is. I definitely got it checked. Had multiple CT scans, and that was the last one I got because they told me it's not there anymore. But now it's back.
I was getting ready to say she just had a scan where didn't she say that the problem was there again or it was back again?
Yikes. And when they did my lung CT scan and my heart CT scan, they did see it, like, because it's in the results, but they didn't mention it to me. So I just don't think it's something that they're worried about. I don't know.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every week. Done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor Fresh.
Amberlynn's mom lies for her. So I don't know why anyone would think that. And my mom sometimes will watch my videos and like scroll down to the comments, and she also saw other people saying that. I told my mom to stay out of the comments because they can be kind of harsh.
Oh, Mama Lynn's gonna go to bat for her baby girl.
Because I don't want my mom to feel hurt. I don't want her to read bad things about herself. Like, it genuinely breaks my heart. But we actually have had a conversation about this. And the very thing that my mom told me, like literally quoting her, "Why would I lie for you? I'm in recovery." And to me, it's such like a simple sentence, but it's like, it's deeper than that. My mom's recovery isn't just about drugs. It's not just about alcohol. It's about everything. It has like transformed her whole life. She makes sure to be a good person, and a good person wouldn't lie on YouTube for their daughter, especially over stupid shit. Insult me all you want, but like, don't insult my mom, please. Amberlynn is a hoarder. So the definition...
She's not a hoarder. Amberlynn is not a hoarder. I've said this many, many times. People say, "Oh, she's hoarding that." No, Amberlynn is not a hoarder. You want to see hoarding? You should have seen my sister's house after she passed away.
Of a hoarder is someone who literally has like actual trouble and difficulty getting rid of possessions no matter what type of value it holds. And it makes it to where they have so many possessions that the clutter literally makes day-to-day life difficult. Not me, not even remotely close. First of all, hate clutter. I do love a pillow on my couch. Don't come for me for that. But you guys, I'm getting rid of stuff constantly. Like, as I sit here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of stuff that my mom is gonna actually come get. Anything that I get rid of, my mom loves to keep, and it's just like so cute. She's like, "It's my daughter's stuff." But like, I literally get rid of my stuff.
So is your mom hoarding your stuff? Does she have like a shrine to her daughter somewhere?
I don't know. It's just so many people love to throw around the word hoarder when that's literally not even remotely close to who I am. Are you guys? It is
an overconsumer, an impulse shopper. Yeah, I mean, don't we all do that with some things? I mean, look at my fucking Legos and my Funko Pops and my comic books. I mean, we all have things I think that we do if you have the means to that you'll buy that you'll do things with. Amberlynn would use shopping whenever she would have like manic episodes. She would just impulse shop. She uses shopping as like a mental health thing for coping with things. Or like with like the 400 highlighters she bought when she was in Wisconsin. Why the fuck do you need 400 highlighters? Or, things like that. Why do you need, because she gets fixated on things. So I think Amberlynn does have ADHD. She hasn't been diagnosed, but in my opinion, she probably has ADHD. So she gets fixated on something and she'll consume and buy all of these things for that thing. Like with diamond painting. She was obsessed with diamond painting for a little while. And she bought all this diamond painting stuff. She's fucking obsessed with hoop earrings and buys 20 million fucking hoop earrings for the exact same goddamn thing. So I think a lot of it has to do with mental health issues when it comes to ADHD or just coping with other things. Retail therapy, we'll call it.
It's time for bad choices.
Oh, God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you ever fooled around with someone on your parents' bed?
Oh, God. Have you ever fooled? Oh, jeez.
Not on my parents' bed, no. Would you rather have sex with one of your parents' best friends than smell like a bag of urine for a month?
What are these questions? Bad choices after dark. Oh, my God. These are god awful.
What is this question? I would rather smell like a bag of urine for a month and just not leave my house. How about that? Have you ever told someone you love them just to have sex with them? No, but I've had that happen to me. Have you ever tried
Oh, of course you have, Amberlynn.
to finger your own butt? No. No, absolutely not. For $1 million, would you eat a live cockroach that randomly appears inside your mouth once a day for the rest of your life? Nope. 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 That just made me sick. No money is worth eating a cockroach every single day. That is so gross. Anyways, you guys, I hope that
Oh my god. Oh. It's because it's bad choices after dark why so many of them are sexual. It's Chris, gotta love these miss I have boundaries. Wish those boundaries included her sex life. Me too. Me too.
you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
It was fine until the last 30 seconds. Oh. Oh. Why does she insist on answering these questions? Oh. Why? Why? Tell me why. Let's just channel some Backstreet Boys. Um, yeah, no, oh, no. Mars, this is not YouTube appropriate. I know. It's insane. I don't know why there was this random name up here. What does it say? Arvind Shivakumar? I don't know who that is. Must be a recent subscriber. Um, yeah. Well, that was Amberlynn's last couple of videos, and I need to start putting timestamps in my videos. I'm so sorry. I'm so lazy about that. Going back afterwards and putting in timestamps. So at the beginning we covered before my wife joined and before Mars joined, because y'all were fashionably late. We talked about the Rachel Reacts video, which I am not going to show it. And we talked about Amberlynn's live stream, which some of you already know what happens in that. I couldn't remember what happened in the live stream, to be honest, other than like the Zachary Michael funeral. She kept taking breaks. She took so many fucking breaks. Like she was trying to do an extra hour to make up for the previous week, but then she's like, "Oh, let me take Twinkie outside for 10 minutes." And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I need to go to the store to get some frozen corn because I thought I had frozen corn and I don't. And I want to make burrito bowls in the crock pot tomorrow. So, I could just go to the store in the morning. We'll just go to the store in the morning. I do need to work, so we're gonna work. I'll take a break in a few hours to play a little bit of Wildflowers, but we're gonna work this afternoon. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. If you're somewhere where it's quite toasty today, please stay cool. It is 81 degrees Fahrenheit in my neck of the woods. But yeah, thank you all so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Yeah, it used to be It's Chris up there, but now it's somebody else's name. I think that's the alert boxes. I'll have to change that. But and It's Chris, you are number 1 this stream. And Mars is number 2. And then my beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely wife is number 3. It's Chris has 150 experience points. And then, oh, Strawberries and Cream is tied as well down below at 4. So you can see if you tap on the little crown and the community thing up top, you can see your points and what your ranking is. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. Yeah, we'll be back a little bit later tonight to play a little bit of Wildflowers when I take a little bit of a break for work. But best for last. Yeah, yes. Scythe may be number 3 on the community tab, but she's number 1 for me. But thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And until next time, be safe and take care.